What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with a brand new review for Power Book 2, you guys. This is Ghost, the series finale, you guys. So this is season 4, episode 10, and this episode was titled Ghost in the Machine, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, if you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out of this date and then have me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Ghost, you guys. Shall we? Alright, you guys, so let me know in the comment section what you guys thought about this series finale. So when it ended, I was like, okay, maybe they did know that this was the final season because they wrote it in a way that they concluded Tariq's story in Ghost, right? They concluded Tariq's story, they concluded the Tejada story, and we'll talk about it, right? So we do know that Power is not over. We still have one more season of Force. We know that Raising Kanan, they'll be back in December, well, they said the winter. So we'll have it either December or January, one of the two, right? December, January, well, November, December, and January. Somewhere in that time frame, we'll have season 3. Is it season 3? What season are we going into? Raising Kanan? We're going into season 4, right? Because they renewed it for 2 more seasons. So we got season 4 and season 5 of that, and we also have, you guys know that they're making a new series as well, Power Origins, which is going to be the story of Ghost and Tommy, right? So I don't know when that's coming, but we had that show coming. So once Force ends, we'll still have some Power, but it'll be in the past. We'll still have Raising Kanan, and we'll have Origins, right? And we'll talk about it once we get to the end of the episode, what I think that they're going to do when it comes to current time period of Power. But we'll talk about it as we get to it, because I know somebody left it in my comments last week, that 50 is making his own streaming service, which I did read about that. It's supposed to be a free streaming app that he's creating. So congratulations to him. You know, it's so interesting when it comes to 50 that 50 is an asshole, but we support his shows, right? Neither here nor there, but let's go ahead and get into this episode, you guys. So we're going to go out of order first, and then we'll just wrap everything up at the end of it. So we will start up with we'll start up with Noma, and then we'll work our way around, right? So we see Noma. So Noma is with her brother Chinadu, right? And Chinadu is telling Noma, like, there are people, you know, the cops are looking for her because she's a person of interest in Monet's, DEATH, right? But they don't have her as a suspect right now. So Chinadu is telling her, like, at this point, girl, we finna get our asses the fuck out of New York City and head home, right? And she says, you know, I'm not even worried about the cops. I'm more so worried about the Tejada kids because I just took their mama out, and I know that them little bastards want revenge, right? So she told Chinadu, you know, I have new passports for me and Anya, so let me go get those passports and we can go, right? So Anya is there, and Anya is being typical Anya, a brat, and so Anya's like, ma'am, I ain't going nowhere with you until you tell me the truth about everything that involves you. She said, because those drugs, they weren't my father's, were they? They were your drugs, weren't they? And I had to tell her, yeah, they were my drugs. She was like, you know, she was a kid when she found out about the family's business, and, you know, a rival gang came to their home. Chinadu got her away, but she saw what they did to her mother, and she vowed that she would never be in a position like she was then. So she always wanted people to feel the pain that she felt, right? I was like, but girl, that pain that you felt then, it's going to get intensive. It's going to intensify in a few short minutes. It's going to intensify, right? So she told Anya, we're going to Lagos. Anya's like, I am not going to no damn Lagos because my life is here. I don't know shit about no damn Legos. And Noma's like, girl, I don't give a fuck if I have to drag you out by your motherfucking ankles. You're coming with me to Lagos. So she said, so I'm going somewhere, and when I come back, you're going with me. I was like, okay, girl, that's what you think. That is what you think, because later in the episode, something something happened to Miss Anya, and well, I can go ahead and say it right here, right now. Anya got taken out, but we'll talk about how Anya got taken out in just a little bit. So now Noma, at this point, Noma wants to find the Tejada kids and exact revenge on her daughter's untimely demise, right? And Chinadu was like, ma'am, I said earlier, we are getting the fuck out of here. When I said we getting the fuck ASAP, shout out to Tokyo Tony, but we getting the fuck ASAP, and Noma was like, I'm not leaving without, getting back at those kids, right? So, yeah. Chinadu said, okay, well, girl, you can do whatever you want to do, but our men, they ain't coming with you. We dipping out. I was like, oh my, you fucked, girl, and I don't care. So, let's go ahead and backtrack, you guys. Let's talk about Tariq, Brayden, Effie, and Creepy Don. So, you guys, I am so confused when it comes to Tariq, Brayden, Effie, and Creepy Don, right? You guys remember last week's episode when Creepy Don took Tariq, right? Put him in the back of that car, in the squad car, drove off with Tariq. Brayden and Effie following behind Creepy Don, right? Brayden ran into Creepy Don. Creepy Don ran into that piece of machinery. It went through the windshield. Piece of the machinery went through the windshield because the windshield is busted and the front end is busted up. And I'm like, how in the first of all, how did y'all get this car in this warehouse? That's number one. Why do you have this car in this warehouse? Number two. Number three, why ain't Creepy Don unalived? Like, why is he still living? Why is he not unlived at this point? Like, I was just like, okay, this just makes no sense whatsoever, right? So Tariq at this point, he just ready to take Creepy Don out. And Creepy Don is telling him, like, if you do take me out, little brother, just know that that video of you and, Caucasian white male right here will go public and everybody will see that you and him took out Zion, right? And he said, and if you keep me here, the NYPD will be all over your ass, right? So Davis called up Tariq, and Tariq's like, Davis, we're fucked. And so he says, because he has a video of us taking out Zion, right? And Davis was like, well, shit, little ninja, it's only gonna get worse from there. He was like, because Monet, unfortunately, Monet is deceased. And Tariq's like, no, that's not true. He was like, her body is in the morgue, wrapped with bullet holes, right? So Davis is telling Tariq, like, when it comes to a cop that dirty, it's got to be something that you can find to get the upper hand over said cop, right? And Tariq was like, okay, cool, right? So we see as Creepy Don Tariq sent Brayden and Effie to Creepy Don's house to find his computer, see what they can find on the computer, and also delete that video of them taking out Zion, right? So Tariq is still with Creepy Don. Now, Creepy Don is telling Tariq, like, yo, bro, man, these handcuffs a little tight on my hands, and got a little crick in my neck, right? If you come over here and work out this, massage my neck, and work out these cricks in my neck, crooks, whatever. If you work out these kinks, that's what I was trying to say. I said every word except for kink. If you work out these kinks in my neck, I can take that first degree murder charge and take it to a second degree. That way, you can get out of jail in enough time that you can start your own little family. And so he was like, shut the fuck up. And he's like, oh, so that was your child with Diana. You knew that. So Tariq pistol whips him. I was like, way to go, Tariq. You gave it to him. Not really. Because the nigga's gonna wake up eventually and he's still handcuffed to this chair and he's still gonna talk shit to you. So, okay, Tariq. So we see as Brayden and Effie went back to Creepy Don's crib, right? So Creepy Don, this is why I called him Creepy Don, because the man still got all your wife's clothes. I mean, it's one thing to have, it's one thing to have things of hers in the house, but you still got her clothes hanging up in the closet. So Braden was like, "Do you think he wears his wife's clothes?" I was like, "I hope the hell not." But absolutely, you can see stranger things, right? I was like, "I hope the hell not." So Effie, she found the video, right, and she told Braden like they can't delete it because the file is actually on Creepy Don's desktop computer at his office, right? So at this point, they need someone on the inside to go to his desk and delete the files from his desk, right? But she did also find the file about Kamal Tate and his untimely demise, right? And how Creepy Don planted it on the Russians as a retaliation thing. And Effie is like, that's not true because I was there and they got away with it. So it's not like they were trying to retaliate or anything of that nature. So Braden called Tariq up and told Tariq what happened, right? So Tariq went back to Creepy Don and was like, did your wife know that she was married to a fucking psycho with a badge? I don't think, what was his wife's name again, y'all? Monet, not Monet. What was the lady's name? Denise. So, once again, Creepy Don still talking shit to Tariq, right? Because this time he mentioned the baby and, not wanting to have another degenerate criminal on this prison. Tariq popped him in the face. He's like, fuck. I was like, yeah, Tariq, we know, and you can't fight. Why you punch this man in the face? So Tariq then brought up the fact that, Creepy Don was on your task force, so he must have figured out what you were up to, and then you took him out, which is exactly what happened, right? So Tariq texted Braden to get back there, right? But when they got back there, he told Effie and Braden you were right about what happened with Kamal Tate. So now they need to figure out how did Creepy Don cover his tracks, right? So he says he's gonna go see Davis to see what he can get from Davis because they need to get the records, right? Which now I'm confused because Tariq came back with the ballistics, and I'm kind of confused how Davis got the records when Davis is not even a damn attorney at this point. Davis's license is suspended, so I'm confused how Davis has been doing anything when he ain't got a goddamn license the first. Very confusing, huh? Exactly. So they have the ballistics of Creepy Don's service gun, right? And the ballistics links back to the bullet that was found on Kamal Tate's body, right? So Creepy Don says, what do you want from me, basically, right? So Tariq says, okay, what I want from you is for this to go away about Kamal Tate, I need for that video to never see the light of day. And he was like, okay, cool, we're fine. I was like, so Tariq like, yeah, uncuff him. I was like, Tariq, you're not stupid. You know that uncuffing this man, he's going to go and make it disappear. I was like, you know that it's not going to be just okay. He's gonna go and try to cover his tracks, but in the end, fuck you over, right? And I was just like, I hope that this ain't. I'm like, Tariq, you gotta be thinking smarter and better than this. But we'll get to it in a little bit, so let's go back up and start up with the Tejada kids, right? So we open this episode up with Drew, Kane, Diana, and them wheeling out, Monet Tejada. Rest in peace to Monet Tejada, right? It is so crazy to think that I actually felt sad that Monet was taken out in last week's episode, right? Because if you guys have been watching me review Power Book 2 Ghost from the beginning, you guys know the up and down relationship that I've had when it came to Monet. There were times that I actually liked Monet, but then there were times, and I can tell you when it really switched for me with Monet. It was season 2. Season 2 is when Monet started to get on my last damn nerve. Alright, guys, my bad. Ran out of memory on the phone. But it was season 2 when I started to go downhill with Monet, right? So we see as the kids are being questioned about what happened to Monet, if Monet was at the wedding. They said no, she wasn't. Nico was there, right? And Kane is like, why don't y'all do y'all's fucking job and find out who took out my mother, right? So I was with Kane, right? But they're saying that they don't know who took out, Monet. They don't know where Kane is like he doesn't know where Nomi is, and they're like, that sure you don't know where your wife is? I mean, she ain't here, so where else? I mean, why would he know where she is? Which, well, actually, he don't know where Nomi is, right? So we see as they got back home, and so they're wondering what do they do now, right? So Kane asks him like, what the fuck were y'all thinking? Like, every time y'all do something and leave me out, it gets messed up, right? And so Diana says, well, what we were thinking we were doing was trying to save the family. And Kane was like, what family? Like, what the fuck? Like, come on now. So Drew was like, Kane, like, none of this would have happened if you went over there playing house with that bitch Noma. And Kane was like, I know you ain't talking because Ma talked me out of taking you out when you and Diana tried to take Ma out. He was like, how do I know that this wasn't, y'all set Ma up, and when she came in there, this was a setup, right? Because you two have already tried to take her out once before, so you might as well just try to finish the job, right? Is that what this was? And I was like, no, Kane, that ain't what this was. Because Drew let him know, like, Monet came in there to save your ass, right? And so Drew, so Drew says, it's your fault. I was like, no, Drew, it's actually you and Diana's fault. Let's be real about the situation, right? Because where the fuck were y'all to it though? Like, I still think back to last week's episode, right? Remember, Monet had taken out those two people, those guards who put Drew and Diana in the car, right? Now she did tell them to go find their cousins, which Lil Durk cannot act his way out of a paper bag. It was terrible, right? So they went and got them. If they had went and got their cousins, they could have saved Monet, right? Monet could still be here if it wasn't for Drew. I'm blaming Drew and Diana, but neither here nor there, right? Because literally, Monet, because remember how it happened, right? Monet shot those guards, right? Took them out. Drew and Diana said that they were gonna go find their cousins, right? So remember, Monet was going around the compound, pew, 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 taking people out, right? Drew and Diana, y'all had ample time to come save her. Like, you can't blame Kane because Kane was tied up. You can't, right? So Kane was just like, Monet should have left him, and Diana was like, she wouldn't have left you, Kane. She wasn't gonna do that. So Diana's thing is, we need to find that bitch Noma and take her out. And I was like, hell fucking yeah. Let's find that raggedy bitch and just end her. So Diana came to Monet's room because Kane was in Monet's room, right? And she told him that they found Noma and that they got the cousin and they're gonna go and find them and go take care of Noma, right? So we see as they went to where Noma then was, and boom, 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 just taking people out left and right? So they finally found Anya, and Kane had holding the blicky on Anya, like, where the fuck is Noma at? And she was like, I don't know where she is. Honestly, I don't know where she is. So Kane was like, okay, fuck it, you coming with us? I was like, good plan, Kane. Good plan to take Anya with you guys, right? So now they're trying to figure out what to do. So Lil Durk, his character is leaving. I was like, thank God, because the acting ain't there. So we see as they called up Tariq, Braden, and Effie, right? So all three of them were giving their condolences to Monet. She was a real one, right? She was a real one. Monet was a real one, but also, like I said earlier, at times there were times with Monet where I liked Monet. There were times where I did not like Monet. But the one thing that I can honestly say about Monet's character in last week's episode, and I think I said it in my video last week, you guys know how I felt about Monet. I actually wanted Monet to go out at the beginning of this season, right? When Tasha shot Monet at the end of last season, going into this season, I was hoping that Monet would not make it through. I was hoping that Monet wouldn't make it, but Monet made it, right? For me, Monet's death was similar to Sax's death, right? I didn't get no kind of gratification from Sax because it was somebody that we did not know like that took out Sax. Let's be real. And then when it came to Monet, if when it came down to Monet, I always wanted Monet to be taken out by either Kane, Drew, Diana, Tariq, or even last season Tasha. Like, I would have been fine with that because those are people that, you know, I would have been, the way that she treated them, I would have been cool with it, right? Well, Tasha is different because she ain't got nothing, she ain't really got a whole lot to do with this. But Drew, Diana, Kane, and Tariq, not even really Tariq, Drew, Diana, and Kane, the way she treated her kids, I would have been fine with it. But this bitch Noma, this bitch right here, I was always hit. Like you guys notice every episode, I ain't never had issue with how Monet talked to Noma. I would be like, God dang, Monet, like, can we at least be a little bit nicer to the bitch? But I would be being facetious, right? Because I don't care for Noma. And Noma wasn't, here's the thing. Somebody left it in the comments a few episodes ago, and I agreed with it. And I've been thinking this all season long, like the fact that they're afraid of Noma, but Noma wasn't shit without Obi. Obi was the one who made shit happen. The only time that Noma scared me last season was when she chopped off that woman's hand for her ring. That was it. After that, Noma was no longer scary after she chopped off that woman's hand. But neither here nor there, right? Where we at? So they called up Tariq. So Tariq is telling them, like, okay, I'll help you guys, but I need something in return. And Kane was like, see, I knew this N-word would want something in return, right? So he told them that Creepy Don has a video of them taking out Zion, right? And Diane's like, fuck. She's like, I'm sorry, Tariq. He's like, no, you didn't know nothing about it, right? So he tells Drew that we need your help. Since you're in with Carter, we need you to help us destroy that video, right? So he's like, how am I supposed to do that? So not Diana, but Effie gave him a flash drive. She said, you put it in the computer, start the program, and it'll just wipe itself out, right? So after that, we see as Tariq went and got Anya, right? So they dipped out. And so Kane came out, pop, 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 right? Again, this is a trick to lure them, get them to have Anya to where Noma is, right? So they're riding around in the car, and Anya's asking Tariq, like, who are you? What do you have to do with this? So he told her, I work for your mom, right? And she's like, after what happened to your dad, you still do this kind of stuff? I was like, girl, you don't really know the truth about his daddy because he is the one that took his own father out. So, okay. I was like, okay, girl, because he took his own daddy out. But hey, you don't know that. So he was like, I need to get you to your mom. She's like, I don't want to go with her, Tariq. He was like, well, that's the only way to keep you alive, right? So she told him, okay, she knows a place, she knows somewhere that she can go, right? It's a place that, anytime if she got separated from her mom, her mother would be there and she would be waiting for her. So he was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take you there, right? So then after that, we see as Drew went down to the police station to see Creepy Don, right? And so Nico is like, we haven't saw Creepy Don, since last night. And then one of the other cops came up to Nico saying, hey, he's down in evidence, right? So he told the cop to put Drew in Creepy Don's office. So the cop took Drew to Creepy Don's office. She told him, don't touch anything, right? I was like, girl, you stupid. You gonna tell somebody not to touch something in the cop's office? Why don't you sit in here with him and watch him and make sure he doesn't do anything? But okay. So she left Drew, and Drew put the flash drive into the computer, started trying to delete the video, but that's just typical of a computer, because when you put stuff in to try to save stuff, upload stuff, delete stuff, it do go slow. And just be like, my God, can this speed up today? Even yesterday, like for me yesterday when I was trying to upload my Love After Lockup video, I did it on this phone right here. And when I tell you guys to export that video, it was going super duper slow. And I was like, I know you're joking with me, right? The export was so slow yesterday. I was so pissed off. Oh, that is so cool because you can actually see my notes on this phone because there's no glare. I guess because the glare is in my glasses, because you can see the notes. And normally you can't see shit on these phones. And it's so interesting. But like I said, the glare is all in my glasses. So Creepy Don is down in the evidence locker, right? Creepy Don is going through and getting that bullet that he from Jamal's file and switching it. And so Nico came in and I was like, ooh, Nico saw you. Nico saw you. So Nico told Creepy Don, like, yo, Drew is up there looking for you, right? He's like, what does he want? He's like, hell, I don't know, nigga. You go find out. So, Creepy Don went upstairs to find Drew, right? And Nico, like I said, Nico noticed that folder had been opened. I was like, ooh, Creepy Don, this gonna be your demise. So, this is now the next scene in this episode. You guys tell me how y'all felt about this, because I didn't feel no type of way about it. Well, I felt bad, but then I was like, I don't feel bad, right? So you guys remember, Tariq is taking Anya to Noma, right? So we get to the place wherever they are at, and Tariq was like, it seems empty. She was like, it's not empty. She's like, once I get out the car and she sees me, they'll open up the gate and she'll let me in, right? And like clockwork, they open the gate, she get out the car, gate opens, Anya walks in, Noma comes out the door, Anya's going up the steps, and pow, 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 and Anya's back. Now I will say that when she started screaming, Noma started screaming, I was like, damn, girl. And Anya just boom, 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 and she just collapses. I was like, well, Anya, it was nice knowing you. You got on my nerves, but even you didn't deserve that. So it was Diana who popped Anya, and Kane was like, what the fuck, Diana? Kane and I said, what the fuck at the same time, because I was like, Diana, what the fuck? You were supposed to shoot that bitch, like that hoe. You had a clear shot to that hoe, and you took out Anya. She's like, now that bitch know what it feels like. I was like, well, you know what? No lies detected there. Not one lie detected there. Not one lie was detected there, right? So after that, we see Tariq going off on Diana. Like, Diana, that wasn't the plan. I was leading you to Noma, and you were supposed to take Noma out. She was like, Tariq, until it's your mother that you have to bury, I don't give a fuck what you think. She was like, that bitch needed to feel the pain of me and my brothers. I was like, well, she feels it now. She absolutely feels it now. So Tariq once again is bringing up Creepy Don, and Kane got pissed off, and he's like, I don't care about no crooked cop, right? So he walked away, and Effie following behind him. She was like, Kane, you can't go off rogue by yourself. He was like, why not? I was like, because Noma got an army. Despite how I feel about Noma's raggedy behind, the heifer got an army. It's just you. If you go try to find Noma and take Noma out, Noma is going to get you, and that raggedy heifer is going to be able to get away, right? So, Drew and Tariq are talking. So, he wants Drew told Tariq that Creepy Don told him that in order for him to give Drew Noma's location, he wants Tariq pow, right? So, Tariq wants to use this to their advantage, right? And he wants to try to loop in Nico with this, right? So Nico went back to Creepy Don to tell Creepy Don that, you know, hey, what's his name? Drew reached out to me, and he was telling me about, the setup to take out Tariq, and he wants me to take the, unliving shot, right? And he's like, do you want me to come with you as backup? Creepy Don said, nope, don't need to do that. So we see as Creepy Don went to where Drew was. He's like, where is Tariq? He was like, he right here. And so Creepy Don pulled his gun out on Drew and was like, don't play with me. And so Braden and Tariq come up and get the gun from him, right? And so they told him, like, at this point, you ain't got nothing on us, right? Because Drew told him, yeah, I deleted the files of them taking out Zion, right? So yeah, so Braden said, so you ain't got nothing on us no more. He said, shut up, boy, I slapped the shit out of you. I hollered when he trying to make another deal with Creepy Don, right? So Tariq them revealed like, yo, the bullets that from Tate's body, we got them, brother, man. So we need for you to say that Nico became a rogue cop. And he was like, okay, you know what? I got you. Until Nico came in, and Nico was like, I was your brother. I was like, you should have done put two and two together by now that the girl over there with the flat face, what was her name again? Flat face, the one that Diana bashed her face in. You should have been able to put two and two together that he knew something about that. But okay, cool. So Nico ended up arresting him, right? So then Drew went back and told Kane and Diana that Creepy Don has been arrested. He's like, that's it. And Drew was like, he's a dirty cop. He's a cop. We're discrediting him. That's going to be hard for him in prison, right? Which it absolutely will be, because he may not survive. So now they decide to set up Noma by requesting the private jet, because Noma will get a notification. And like clockwork, Noma got the notification, right? So Noma is going to the hangar. But remember, I told you guys earlier that Chinadu told her, you go wherever you want to go, but me and my men, we ain't coming. So after that, we see as Drew, Diana, and Kane are waiting at the hangar for Noma, right? And while they're waiting for Noma, we see some black SUVs come in. It's the cops. So Kane told Diana and Drew, like, whatever, so you guys do whatever the cops say to do. Don't get shot, right? All right, you guys, so we're back. So yeah, with Kane. So Kane snuck out of there like a ninja and found Noma, and she was like, with me, Kane, you could have had everything. He said, Monet was everything to me. You're nothing. And boom, that bitch fell back. And so the cops started popping Kane. So he got hit in the arm. I was like, me and Diane, I'm like, Kane! It is so interesting when you think about it, that I ain't never really saw for the Tejada family, but these last few episodes, I've been here for the Tejada family, but I never saw for the family otherwise, right? So some way, somehow, Kane was able to get away, and I was like, girl, how in the hell did that happen? Like, how did that happen? I was so confused how Kane got away, but Kane got away. So we're at the end of the episode, you guys. So we see Jenny and Blanca Rodriguez, and I was like, oh God, this annoying bitch. Y'all know I can't stand Blanca. But they're back, so they're talking to Davis and the woman who has been helping Davis, right? So they're basically telling them that Noma was playing them against the Tejadas, right? And that Noma is the target of their investigation, and Drew and Diana are innocent. So Jenny and Blanca are like, well, what the hell were Drew and Diana doing at that hangar anyways? And they were like, well, they were there because they were in fear of their lives, right? And I was like, okay. So then they said, what about Turing St. Patrick? And, they were like, Mr. St. Patrick has nothing to do with this. And they were like, if you let Drew and Diana off, they're willing to testify against Noma. I was like, oh, of course we're going to testify against a dead woman. Cool, let's plan it all on the dead woman. So Blanc was like, well, what about Agent Young? And Davis was like, well, Agent Young was taken out by, Noma's right-hand man, Obi Okiki, right? Obi Okiki. And he's fled the country. I was like, Obi ain't fled the country, but okay, if that's what y'all want to say. So Davis also tells them that in cooperation for all this, you guys will look good. I just want my damn license back, right? So they said, so Blanc was like, well, what about Kane Tejada? And Davis was like, well, my firm is not currently representing Kane Tejada, so we don't know where Kane is, right? But we do see Kane. So Kane is with Effie. Kane survived, right? And Effie has passed him up, but she let him know, like, Kane, your face is all over the news, like NYPD is looking for you, right? Now I know a lot of people have been saying that they thought Kane was going to go to the Power London franchise, which they haven't really said that that's going to be a thing, you guys. So I don't know why people are jumping to the gun with that. But Kane can't go to nowhere, not to London, because I mean he's a wanted man. So he was like he'll figure everything out, right? But Effie ended up giving him all the money that she saved up. I was like, girl, that was stupid. But okay. So Kane got away, and then he let Diana know that he's safe, right? So Diana went and told Drew, and so Drew was packing up his bags, and she's like, Drew, so we can, we can rebuild the business. And Drew was like, Diana, this is our second chance. It's the only second chance that we're gonna get to live normal lives. So we should take full advantage of this, right? And he said after Monet's services, he's gonna take that fellowship in Paris. So peace out to you, Drew. It was nice knowing you. So we see Diana go downstairs, and she's at the kitchen, at the dining room table, and she's picturing, she saw them together, right? And we don't know what's going to happen with Diana, but I do know that the Tejada storyline is wrapped up, so I don't necessarily know if there would be a possibility of a spinoff unless they. Because here's the thing that I was going to say earlier when I was talking about Lil Durk's character, right? I think Lil Durk's character is Janet's kids, right? So Janet must have some kind of ties to this lifestyle. That could be fleshed out at some point, or that could be fleshed out. But hey, it is what it is, right? So then we see Tariq. So Tariq went to Tasha, let Tasha know that he's getting her and Yaz out of there. That she's like, oh, so we're going home. He says, no, we're not going home. You're not going back to New York. He says, but he is going to get her somewhere else where she doesn't have to worry about this. She, Yaz will be in a good school, but he won't be able to be there with them as long as he's in the game. Tasha wasn't okay with it at first, but she was like, okay, Tariq, whatever, right? So then we see him, Brayden, and Effie. So all three of them are back in business together, right? But they got to find a new connect. So Tariq is telling Brayden, like, me and you, bro, we can't be partners. And I get that, right? Because Brayden has been a fuck up this entire season, so I am okay with that, right? So then we see as Tariq went to go meet with Noma's brother, Chinadu, right? So he wants Chinadu to be his connect, and he'll act as a ghost for Chinadu, right? Because he'll be like, you don't know me, I don't know you. After today, you will never see my face, right? Because he has he has a whole enterprise that is working, right? So he got Davis cleaning the money, doing all the legal stuff. He got Nico being one of the inside cops. So all is good with them, right? So at the end of the show, we see as it says, power never ends, but they played a little clip before that where Tariq got a phone call from somebody who I'm assuming was Tommy, right? Because he says to him, we family for life, and drop the location. He finna pull up, right? So I'm assuming we'll see Tariq in Force, right? And then what I'm also thinking is the reason why I think that they ended Force and Ghost is so that they can bring merge those two shows together some way, somehow. I think that's what they're gonna do, right? Because if you guys go back and watch Joseph Sikora, he did a video a few months ago when they announced that Force was ending. He said Ghost never die. Now I know a lot of people thought that he was talking about Ghost in himself, but I think he was just saying that this show, it's not going away. It's just going away in the forms that we're used to, right? We're used to Force and we're used to Ghost. I think they're bringing those two together some way, somehow. And I'm hoping that with Force, I'm hoping that Diamond survives. I hope Diamond survives, and I hope Jannard meets his maker, Jannard. All right, you guys, so I had to switch phones, but that is the end of Power Book 2 Ghost. The series is over. Let me know what you guys thought about the overall series. Let me know what you guys thought about the series finale. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave it down in the comment section below. You guys subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and also share the video, you guys. And until the next time, you guys stay safe, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be blessed, and I'll see you guys when we see each other again for whenever they announce Power Book 3 Raising Kanan. We'll be back for that. But yeah, you guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.